Dude, I'm here. Haven't said it in the Discord. I just said that I'd be streaming soon in the Discord. Do I have everything? Yes. A minor amount of fatigue within me, but I suppose I'll probably live. We're playing more Bombun again today. I've almost finished it, but they're like at the end. Well, I mean, we technically have finished it, but my personal goal, I've almost finished it. Which is just to get badge time on all the levels. That's my goal. I basically just said that was a circular sentence. That was anyway. Yeah, I'm almost there. Once I've done that, I don't know what I'll do because there's like I can't imagine it's gonna take me the rest of like 4 hours. I can't imagine it's gonna take me like 4 hours to do all that. Maybe it's just gonna be a short stream. Then again, I mean, that was like my plan a while back, was to not go over 2. I was like, I'm not gonna go over 2 hours. 2 hours stream, that's enough for me. And then I every stream that I've done in the past like 2 months has been like 5 to 6 hours long. So I suppose I'll just find out. We'll just see. We'll just see what happens. But also, like, we are at the more difficult levels. In theory, more difficult levels. So it would make sense that it would be something that I spend more time on. Probably. Good morning, Maya. How's it going? What are you up to? What have you got to tell me? What is the definition of insanity? Rhetorical question. I already know that. The definition of insanity is watching an endless bread stream and hoping that it'll be different this time. Nope. Just Bonbon again. Just woke up, got drugs and soda. That's like, you're living a good life. I think, probably, depending on the drug. I think you're lying. I don't think that that's the definition of insanity. I've played Far Cry 3, but I've played at least enough to hear the definition of insanity from everyone's favourite friend. Varsity Vidya. Everyone knows that the definition of insanity is, you know, doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for it to be different. Which is actually kind of ironic thinking about it, because like that isn't the definition of insanity, but people keep saying it as if it is. So they are doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different outcome. They're hoping for one day that to be the definition of insanity. So, how interesting. I'm not going to play Expedition 33. Oops, that's not what I wanted to open up. That is. Oops. Because it's £40. Oh, it's gone down from an overwhelmingly positive to a very positive. It's also a turn-based, story-rich fantasy game. Is that character there got a deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Da. Is it just looks like Persona 5 if it was made by French people. You know, I've never heard a soundtrack be referred to as a heartbreaking soundtrack. It's an experience to get debut game from Samfall Interactive, fully realised in Unreal 5, with stunning graphics and a heartbreaking soundtrack. Would I cry because it's so heartbreaking and beautiful, and it would make me feel emotions that I've never felt before? Or would I cry because it's so good or so bad and difficult? The thing is, here's the thing. First of all, I'm not that interested. I'm just not really too interested in the game. But one thing that I've kind of noticed, and it's like always been a thing, but it kind of disappears and comes back at will, and that is that I'm still kind of the sort of person that doesn't like playing games that are popular. I'm not a huge, like, mainstream games that everyone, like, you know, really likes. I'm not huge into. But I think that's partly because they're popular. I've just kind of, I don't know what it is about them. Like, I'm sure that Expedition 33 is good. I just don't want to play it. Dun, dun. I also, what is this? Oh. Is you resist partly because that really it's really is an incredibly emotional game. I don't want to cry on stream. Not intentionally, at least. I'm too don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. I'm looking at the games that the publisher has also published. Have they published Sifu? Sifu is a game that'd make me cry on stream, but not for the reasons that you'd probably want. Actually, you probably would want, but not for the reasons that Clair Obscura would make me cry. I don't think... The problem is, and it's the same with why I don't want to play other games. What's the game? Disco Elysium on stream. I don't want to play that or games like Clair because I just don't think I have it in me to be able to like take in the story and stream at the same time. I think I'll have no idea what's going on. Which I could fix that by just sitting there and playing the game in silence. Or like near silence. I think about it is it's a classic JRPG, but with little to no fluff. It's over in 20 to 30 hours, and the characters are charming without the stiltedness of old JRPGs. Silence, just infrequent, quiet sobbing. Yeah, that's what it would be. It'd be even better if it was like really dark. And like it's also because you know how I mean you'll have seen it. The longer a stream of mine goes on for, the less I care about the game I'm playing. I very quickly go from this is the best game I've ever played to I would rather die. I would rather eat a Pringles can full of shit than play this game. And that's the game's fault and not my fault for forcing myself to play it. If I stream shorter, it takes longer to do everything though. If it's a 20-hour game, I could beat it in 5-hour streams. No, 2, 3, 4 5-hour streams. It's just, you know, or I could spend 10 hours streaming for 2 hours at a time. I don't necessarily aim to stream for long times. I was mentioning like as my sort of warm up for the like vocal warm up, I guess. It's not really vocal warm up, but anyway, I was mentioning that that was a thing that I was doing where I decided that I was only going to stream for like 2 hours, and then these past like 4 streams have been between 4 and 6 hours long each, and I just forget, you know, you get into that sort of, you do get into a mind space while streaming when you're not where is it? I don't notice how long I've been streaming for, you know. I don't sit down and go, I'm going to stream for 6 hours today. It's, I'm going to stream today. Oops, I've done it for 6 hours. But I do agree that, you know, in theory, shorter streams more frequently does make more sense than longer streams infrequently. I do know that. I'm just a little bit broken. And I'm not very good at trying. It's hard to spot to an extent. Unless you go on the assumption, unless it's like, yeah, I went on too long. Like I'm noticing that I've gone on too long because I've gone on too long. That might not make, I don't think that makes any sense. But like, you don't, if you're like, you know, you've gone too far when sawing a piece of wood when you cut your leg off. You know, it's a bit too late at that point. It would be much easier to know that once you've sawn the wood in half and not gone through your leg. That's the point when you know you may not know you've gone too far, or you've gone far enough. So you may not know you've gone far enough, but you have. I don't know how much sense that makes, but it like almost made sense in my head. So I know what you mean. That if I'm noticing that it's gone on too long, then it's already gone on far too long. Maybe I should get a massive timer projected on the wall in front of me that counts down, and then the moment it hits 0, my computer just turns off. Just without me even having the option to stop it. I can just have to be fair, I could do that. I could have a timer that just shows like, okay, get to 3 hours, doesn't matter what you're doing, you get to 3 and then you stop. I wonder where I could do that. 2 or 3 hours at least. That's, you know, getting to the point where, um, you've got, it's like, then it's, I don't know, fucking, I could put a countdown on stream. That's not a terrible idea. That, what, could I do that? That's actually an idea. Could I have just like a permanent countdown? Uh, how would I go about doing that? Would I have to do it through um stream countdown overlay? Would that be Twitch countdown overlay config? Uh, oh, excuse me. Hey, it would make it like a thing, wouldn't it? It would stand me out if I have a if I instead of have a start, I have an ending counter. Though, though what'll end up happening is I'll be like set for 2 hours and I'll be stood here just still talking and it's like today I'm gonna play Clear Obscura and it's like it's a 2 hour stream and I've been sat here for an hour. Um, this is something that actually I remember my uh driving instructor mentioned when I on my after my first lesson I was like, is this the booking the next one? And I was like, um is it a 2 hour, is it a 2 hour lesson or whatever? And he was like, oh yeah, I only do 2 hours because 1 hour is like by the time you've spent getting everything set up, you've only got 1 hour. So sorry, by the time you get everything set up, you only got like half an hour left or whatever. Um, so what's this? Create an overlay. Are you able to create a countdown overlay for your Twitch stream? Simply put your values for the title, hours, minutes. I'm gonna have to fuck. This is like. Oh, they've got. Okay. Like three. Yeah, what is this? Get that. I think. Um. The problem with this is you've got to pay to get the actual good one, and I'd have to come onto this website every day. Is there one on? Uh. Let's check Stream Deck. No, I don't want to update Stream Deck. Uh, oops. Tours. I'd have to write a script. I don't know how I can't. I don't have any scripts. What's this? Oh, what is this? Oh, hello. What is that? Does that do anything? Something's gonna break if I do this. Why is this in here? Duration. No, stop that. Duration text. Wait. If I do that and then in here I then just put a text. That's good enough. Didn't spell it right, but it would do. If I then do that, I like I have a wait a minute. What? I'm a big fan of just having taking just leaving spelling mistakes wherever I put them. Everything that I do just has spelling mistakes all over it because I just don't get rid of them. I wrote ending soon instead of ending soon. Scripts, do that. What is this? What am I doing? sets a text source to act as a countdown timer. Yeah, I've got a text source. Why is it not working? Why is that not doing anything? Do I have to have text in it? Ending. Let's just do that for now. Does that do it? No? Why does that not? Liquid thought they won Race World first last night, but there was a secret mythic phase that wasn't data mined. That's fun. I'm glad. Was it what? Did they get the final boss to is it just like 0 health and then a new one appears? I'm glad. Wait. I can actually just set up like a physical timer that stops the stream. Or not a physical timer, like an actual like scripted timer that stops the stream whether I want it to or not. I'm not going to do that. That's too dangerous. Okay, so here's here's the thing is that I think, well, I'm not certain that this ending soon thing. I think maybe if I get rid of that, if I then we'll use this one because I think that I might need to reset OBS for this to work. So we'll use this one instead. If I do that, all right, there, yeah. So we just have that there that would just count down to the end of a stream. Though that it resets. That's the slight problem, is it resets if I go into a different scene. That's not ideal. I'm not gonna lie. If I grab, if I copy it and then paste it into here, paste reference? Nah. Oh, okay. If I paste it across multiple, then it stays up. So as long as that's on, as long as I have it on all of them, uh, then we'd be good. Which is something. You can't. I don't think you can hear me when on the blank one. I think that doesn't work. They were screaming and climbing into the ceiling already when it happened. Is the race still ongoing for Race to World First then? Have they okay. I do kind of wish that I do kind of wish that I had watched some of the World First race. Uh, I'm not enough for me to actually go like watch it, like go and watch it now. I just I watched it for the last expansion or one of the the last major raid. So I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I watched it at one point, but I didn't think I would have gained anything from watching it. So so having yesterday right as Echo was thinking about doing it all night, I saw Liquid hit a mythic phase, so he instantly went to bed. To be, I mean, at least now, these the other teams have they have the knowledge that can happen. I'm impressed that it wasn't data mined. Like, did they just like not put that? Did they wait until the very last minute to put the final phase into the game? They just not put it. They just didn't have it in until it was actually out. Uh, so that one's got an hour. That one's got it on. 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 That one has it on, but there's no reason for that one to have it on. Buy doesn't need it on. Screen cap might need it on. So we'll put one on here as well. Put this one, put it down here for here. So they should work, maybe. We'll find out. They must have just like not had it in the game, because that's data miners find everything the moment it's in the game. Like, unless they hid it somewhere else, unless they just like, I don't know how they would do that, but unless they had it in the game but put it somewhere where people wouldn't look, like they just, I feel like people would notice because they'd see like that they could just like sort by like files that were edited. They could be like, okay, these files were edited. It's like, why was uh Black Rock Depths edited? Like, what did they do to that? But actually, so, they hid the final phase of the raid in it or something. But maybe they did. Maybe they just have a lot of just excess stuff in it. They need to do that more often. They need to hide all the things from data miners. Don't let them see anything. Stop releasing the game. Don't let them do anything. I don't know how you do that. They would do that immediately. Like, you release it and people will find it. I think you'd have to like release make sure that the content just isn't in the game files at all until you release the update, the update that brings in the raid. That probably causes a few problems here and there. That is something that I do often think about. Is like, why do some games just have unused content just in there, or like unused or in development content just in there? Some of it would be like um for data miners. They act like they don't want data miners finding it, but they want data miners to find it, because if data miners find it, then that's like brings free publicity to upcoming updates and things. It's like War Thunder. There'd be no reason. I don't see why there's any reason for untextured versions of planes to make it into the full release into the published release of like War Thunder, for instance. So it's like, why would you do that? Just don't put them in there. When you update the game, just don't put them in. I feel like they should have beta, like, development builds of the games that they just remove everything from. But if you leave it in there, then people will find it. They'll go, wow, look what's coming to the game. This is what we want. There's an AIG for a stick character in Bunny Rider data miners find it immediately. But that's also the problem with data mining, is that they always just find stuff. And why I don't think that and why we've kind of lost the old, like, how the old rumors about like Luigi and such being in Mario 64. That was something that used to be cool. Obviously, I wasn't around for that specific rumor, but things like there being hidden characters in games that you have to do certain actions to get, data miners can just find them. It's a little bit different because I knew that there's like the Futurama game that had an Easter egg in it that took like until like a couple of years ago to find, and it was completely pointless because it really was just an Easter egg that you could find, like an egg, just like an egg, just in the game, and like data miners couldn't figure out how to get it to activate. So it's like to some extent, some data mining stuff just gets hidden, but yeah, the internet the internet and curious little bastards has ruined uh things like that. It's true because they don't game. It's the same with like when a beta or a dev or a demo comes out. So at the moment that a beta or a demo of a game comes out, people pull it apart and see what they can find. It's like, is it really that hard to delete everything that's not relevant? Although I suppose it probably is, because I imagine that when it comes to like demo builds of games, they very possibly just have the full game and then put like a hard something like physically like stopping you from getting like into the rest of the game, and then remove things that are non-essential. But there's probably a lot of things that are essential to the game as a full game and a demo, but you can't get rid of. It's like when there was that alleged like picture of a coconut in TF2, not real, but there was an alleged picture of a coconut in TF2 that if you deleted, the game broke. That's not true. There is a picture of a coconut in TF2 somewhere, but it will not break the game if you delete it. And it's like the same thing when releasing games, versions of games, is that there might be stuff in it that's like not in the game, but also is in the game in a code way, and you can't get rid of it. I don't know. Should have been an ARG that once discovered the dev would patch the character in. That would be a cool ARG, just to have it be an actual. The ARG is for the data miners. That's why analog horror is so popular. Is because it's all just for people wanting to be a little data miner, finding information here and there. All they want is the feeling of discovery. And I get it, but also like I like the rumors. I miss the rumors, the old rumors of like games. I miss when Bigfoot was rumored to be in GTA 5, or when my friends sent me on a wild goose chase looking for the Deer Man. To be fair, he was also looking for Bigfoot at the same time. So, but these things aren't in the game. Though at the very least, with some things, um, a lot of like assets can be data mined, but how you obtain them necessarily can't always be data mined. I think it depends on the coding language, or the amount of access that the players have to the game files. But I know that you could definitely find models and assets within the game files and speculate as to what they are, but very frequently, like the actual way like on an Easter egg thing. So like for instance with Mario 64, it'd be different now because it's Mario 64 and we know everything about it. But if hypothetically Luigi was in the game, they could find the model of Luigi in the game and be like, okay, he's in the game, and then they could look at the code but not actually know what is necessarily, or not what you have to do to unlock him. Which is what happened in, I think, in the Futurama games case, in which like they could see that there was an unused Easter egg. They had confirmation that there was an unused Easter egg and asset. They knew that there was a way that they could get it to appear in game. They just didn't know how to get it, even if they looked at the code. Unless you go like hyper specific deep diving into the code to figure it out. Though I'm not 100% certain on that, because I'm not an Easter egg hunter. I'm not someone who spends all of one's time trying to find things like that, as much as I would like to be. Actually, no, I wouldn't like to be. I would like to find Easter eggs and things. I just don't want to go spend all my time hunting for them. But if I have the opportunity to see one, I will. But yeah, no, the internet ruined that, which is unfortunate because there was a lot of fun to be had in a lot of these old in a lot of old games. This isn't. It's already going poorly. I can't actually. I just kind of dove into this. I didn't really think about what I was doing too much. But no, it's still cool that that data miners didn't find something in. I almost said War Thunder. I've been trying to play War Thunder a bit. Trying is the key word. Because like, it really is. This current event really is something. It's something. It's like sometimes cool, but very frequently not. Hello, Siggy. It's me, your favorite streamer. Potentially. Well, I assume, and you're not talking about someone else. Because it's always a possibility. The thing is, like, it probably is a knockoff of the game Nuclear Option, which I probably will play one day. But I just don't. It's just the problem is it's War Thunder being War Thunder. That's the problem I have with it. Is that it's once again, like with everything in War Thunder, almost fun. That's the problem I've got with it. It's so fun when it works. You know, the whole point of the event is that you want to, like, drop nukes on things. And that's the fun part. The fun part is when you get to drop a nuclear bomb on the enemy. But the game really, really doesn't want you to do that. Like, I want the B-52, yeah. I assume they're just going to add the other B-52s to the game, so there's probably not much reason to actually try and grind this one specifically. But I want the B-52, so I'm going for that. But at least in my opinions, the Russian to American sides are incredibly unbalanced. So at least with the World War I stuff, you got the World War I stuff, and once you had it, you could then play with it. You know, once you unlocked it, you had it, but they're completely useless tier 1, reserve tier stuff. So at least if you had it, you had it, but it is very annoying if you didn't play during that or didn't want to know Life War Thunder to get them permanently. So initially, with the way that the event works, the current event, because you're right, Maya, people were bringing stuff into it that they shouldn't have been bringing into it. They've locked off certain vehicles to stop you from bringing them in, but yeah, it didn't. On day one, it was all over the place. So the way it works is you have unlimited respawn. Respawn as many times as you can afford. Because it is War Thunder at the end of the day. They're not going to let you play for free. You do have to pay with your Silver Alliance if you want to play the free event that is there for fun. So you can respawn as many times as you want. You can play as America or you can play as Russia. If you play as America, you get access to the A-10. You can bring in any of your top tier jets, up to 12 and then if you want to go higher than 12.0, then you get into a separate bracket. You can bring in your planes. If you haven't got any of your own planes, then you get given them anyway. You get given a A10 F4E as an American, a A6 tram. Was it tram? I can't remember. Another naval plane that I can't remember, and the B-52. But the B-52 is the nuke bomber. You get 2,500 SP. You get the big nuke. You can drop that on the enemy main base, and your team wins. It doesn't cost SP to bring out a plane unless your plane has a nuclear bomb on it, in which it does. 250 SP for the small bomb, 500 for the bigger bomb, 2,500 for the biggest. Though if you take out the smaller bombs and you drop them, you can then just go fly back to you can fly back to base and rearm and get another bomb without having to use any SP. So there is incentive to stay alive and not just go and use your bomb. You can get as many bombs as you can fly back as times you can fly back to base. Though not with the biggest bomb. On the Russian side, they get the Su-25, I think. The Su-25, the MiG-25, I think, but that might be I can't remember. You might not get the MiG-25. You get the Su-20. You get the Su-25, possibly the MiG-25, the MiG-23, the MiG-24, and then the Tu-95. And I don't know if you. I don't know much about War Thunder planes. But the MiG-23 feels significantly better than the F4 Phantom. The F4 Phantom does get access to AIM-9Ls, which is great, kind of. It doesn't really counter the. It doesn't really feel fair against whatever the Soviets have. And the same sort of thing applies. And they have. The tram, some of the planes have anti-radiation missiles, anti-radar missiles. They're completely useless because they get shot out of the sky. Literally, the entire map is covered in SPAA. Like, that has unlimited ammo and just fires in forever. Like, you fly anywhere near them, you get 1,000 missiles flying at you, and it's impossible to avoid them. Yeah, it's just impossible. Unless you're in the Russian side, in which apparently it's the easiest thing in the world and you never get shot out of the sky. You fly too high, you get hit by an S-300. You fly too high for too long, S-300. Fly at medium to low range, get hit by a Buck. If you fire at low to medium, then you get hit by an OSA. OSA or whatever. It is horrible, and the entire time you're flying around, your RWR is just going beep 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 beep, just constantly, and it's so annoying. And you could spam flares and you can spam chaff as much as you want, and it's not gonna mean a single thing because they do nothing. And you can go up in the sky with your anti-radiation radar missiles, and you can point them and fire it, but they get shot out the sky by everything. So they do nothing. Can't get rid of the radars. If you fly, you can't do. You just can't do anything. You can't go anywhere because you get shot at by AA. You can't go onto the front line. You get shot by MiG-23s. Can't go too high because you get shot by MiG-23s or by or the S-300. You can't flank around the side. You get hit by MiG-23s. You can't can't even stay on the runway because you get hit by a nuclear bomb. It's so horrible, and I can't stop playing it because when it is fun when you get a nuclear bomb, you take off, you fly, you drop it on a target, and then you come back and you get another one and you rinse and repeat. But the problem is that you go on if you could try and do whatever you want to stop the S-300 from firing at you, but it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You got notching and things like that. Okay, you got an S-300 that fires at you. What do? You turn away from it and fucking chaff out the back. Yeah, you can turn away and fly away from it, chaff out the back. Doesn't matter. It just does not matter, because the moment that, even if you'd have to fly to the end of the earth to actually get it to stop tracking you, and even if you did, by the time you've turned around and gotten anywhere near it again, it's fired another one at you. And you can't see them. All these missiles, you've got friendly missiles. People are constantly getting shot down by friendlies. I've shot down a couple and been shot down by friendlies a few times. Like, missiles will come at you, and like, you know how you have like the little diamond that comes towards you to know, so you can actually see the missile. That just fucks off sometimes. It's like the radar will turn off as well. You got RWR like going at you crazy, and then you see it coming towards you, and the diamond disappears, and RWR turns off, and you're like, oh, I'm safe. I'm fine. I shouldn't have to worry anymore. I'll begin to go back on my attack vector. No, it was still there, and it's still going to shoot you at the sky. It is just barely playable. And like, day one was horrible because they didn't have any separation between people bringing in people without any top tier jets and people bringing in top tier jets. So you could have just the basic F4s or MiG-23s, and people were bringing in the F-14, the Iranian F-14. They just outright banned that. You just can't bring it in at all. People were bringing in that in. People were bringing in I think, yeah, there's like MiG-29s fighting F4s. There's F-18s. I saw an F-16 at one point, all against planes that they probably shouldn't be up against. And then, but on like the American side, you've got the F-4E, which has just an abysmal radar. It can't track shit. So even though I do have 4 AIM-7s, they do nothing, and I can't use them for shit. I've shot down 2 people with it, which admittedly is more than I've ever shot down with an AIM-7 before, but they do nothing. The radar can't track shit. Unless you've got the F4S, in which apparently that's just good. But I'm not paying 60 quid for that. It is abhorrent how much they went, let's have a fun event and then make it not. But I will say that some of it is just, I have no idea how to use air vehicles in War Thunder. Like, I'm just not very good at that. I've never been very good at aircraft in War Thunder. So if I was a little bit better with air vehicles, I probably wouldn't be too bad, because sometimes it goes well. Oops. But that's the other thing, is that as you say it's nothing. It's like, yeah, it's a little bit silly, you know, with it being a... I should just jump on these. I don't know why I'm bothering to try and get on them a little bit. You're right. There's nothing silly about it. It's a little bit, because it's like, oh, look how many nukes... You know, everyone has access to, like, nuclear bombs. But, like, I'm pretty certain that statistically every time the German side wins... sorry, the Russian side wins. I was thinking of I forgot. I was thinking of World War One for a second there. But no, yeah, you're right. It is just a regular event, and I don't think that that's very fun in a sense. Like, it's kind of fun. It's a cool idea, you know, but it is just a regular event, and it's not like anything special. What they're testing, I think, is a new air campaign, like mission thing to play, like game mode. That's it. They're testing new air game mode, possibly the introductions of smaller nukes that you could use in air, and they're testing, what's it called? Electronic countermeasures, because I think the B-52 has electronic countermeasures. I think that the Bear might as well, but I'm not sure. Do fish have taste buds? I can't imagine them do it. I don't think they do. Yeah, but they can't test the anti-radiation missiles because they are actually useless. 100%. I would be remiss if... Not remiss, that's not the... I would be surprised if there is a single person in the entire fucking event who has gotten a single kill with them, other than like head-onning a MiG-23 with one. That I genuinely think that they are impossible to use. They are so, at least in this current event, they are complete. There's no use for them whatsoever. Ugh. I'm trying to the thing is, with like fish being like, with smell, that is true that smell and taste are very closely linked. But would you need the ability to taste for the ability for smell and taste to be linked? And that's like that's the close link in humans. Fish aren't humans. The last time I checked, they can be friends. But they can also be food. No! Shit. Penis. I didn't, I've never actually seen Finding Nemo. According to the Vatican, according to the Vatican, I can eat Aquaman because he's a fish. No. You know what I watched last night? This is completely unrelated, but it was an animated film, so that's what made me think about it. I watched The Prince of Egypt. I don't think I've ever seen it. Well, I've seen bits of it, but I discovered recently that YouTube has a load of free films on it. I think they've only recently started doing it, but they've got a load of free films on YouTube. And usually when something like YouTube has like free films, you kind of expect them to just be like terrible, like license-free ones that you find in, you know, just you just find as like YouTube just got whatever they could get their hands on. But they've recently, from what I can tell, or what I've seen, they've got like actual films like that you might want to watch. And I wasn't thinking of really watching any. But last night I was just kind of watching. I just had YouTube open, and one of the the thing that got recommended to me was The Prince of Egypt. And this isn't just like some dodgy one where it's like, you know, some dodgy upload in which the video is flipped. It's it's flipped, it's bouncing around the screen, and it's like really small in the middle. It's really small on like a background that is like a sunset that's blurred, and there's like an AI generated image of a camel or something as a watermark. It's not that, it's like actual official releases of it. And I was like, you know what, I have heard that, you know, despite it's being oh shite. Hi Amy, how's it going? I've heard that despite how despite it being you know, propaganda, it's actually not a bad film. It's quite good. Unless you're like scarred or like horribly opposed to it, The Prince of Egypt, alright film. I believe Amy showed up from the White Knuckle stream that I did. If I'm not mistaken. I think one singular White Knuckle stream. Yeah. Oh. I need to lock in and get this and stop thinking about Prince of Egypt. I'm trying. Sorry, I didn't actually ever. I haven't explained properly as to what I'm doing in this game. I'm trying. I'm trying to. I'm trying to beat sort of the games. This game here has badge times. There's a little timer in the top left. Right. There's a timer above me as well, but don't worry about that. I'm trying to just beat the game as fast as possible, but not completely speed running it. Just trying to get the, do the time. Oops. But no, this game's fun. Oh, this game's fun when you're not being bad. It's one of those games that's like really fun if you it's fun if you're sort of like just playing the game casually, but then it's also very fun to try and go as fast as possible. And this is one of the later levels. I've managed to get badge time on all the other ones. Hey, you'll see. Well, actually, you might not see any good gameplay. There was some good gameplay the other day. But I've been struggling on this one. Oh, you can do that if you time it right. Okay. No, I've done it wrong. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. The only problem I really have with this, at least this is like a me problem, so it depends on who you are, is that the button inputs can be a little bit difficult at times. I don't know if you can see. Actually, you can. I remembered that I had like an input map thing on OBS that I just forgot about, and so I turned it on just next to the webcam, and you can see that anytime I want to use, when I want to double jump, I have to press X and A at the same time, or no, I have to press X and then A a little bit after. The camera, you can move it, but I think you can. You could base the game on just its move, on keeping it in one position. It uses like an old school style camera where it just snaps into certain angles. No. Oops. I've just not quite. I've been struggling. I was struggling at the end of the last stream as well. With this bit, I could try and do it without trying to go fast, because badge time, to actually beat it like in par time, under par, I guess, you don't actually need to you don't need to do it in full speedrun mode. You do have quite a bit of leniency. After the incomprehensible land of coding in JavaScript. Good luck. I wish you all the best. Oops, I was reading chat, but that probably wouldn't have actually changed anything. No, I didn't want to use the little dive thing. Visually moving on cameras doesn't move precisely thanks to the fact that you don't have control of it, so you need smooth, good camera control. I've never... Well, I have played Hat in Time, but not much. I want to give it another go. I bought it a long time ago and then refunded it because it just didn't end up being my kind of game. But maybe I'll like it now that I've played something like this. Or like, now that I've tried games like this. So... I didn't actually restart the timer at the, when I died. But that's fine. We're not... I need to actually... I need to actually be able to do it consistently before I can actually do it in time. I did never finish Celeste. Well, never properly finish Celeste. It's been so long since I played Celeste, though, that I'd forget. I've moved on. But this game's fun for finding a lot of like little optimizations. It's a game that gives you the feeling of speedrunning without necessarily being a speedrunner, you know? The movement feels nice to do, even if you're not... if you're like me and do something like that. The movement is nice. And, yeah. The game feels to play like how a Mario 64 speedrun looks to watch. Those were optimized damage boosts, though so it was all on purpose. So is that. Oops. One of these days, I'll get this one. I think I just need to find a rhythm for that beginning bit. Because a lot of the levels just have rhythms to them that you have to find. I managed to do that on one cycle at one point. Sorry, without getting hit. I'm not too sure how I did that. Testicles. But I do like that this game does give you the feeling of being a speedrunner without necessarily being a speedrunner. And you can be as sweaty as you like about it, that's the best part. If you don't want to be sweaty, don't be sweaty. Saw my name on speedrun.com. Stop, don't look at me. Stop looking at me. This is not me. It's like at the bottom. Right. Shit. I was trying to read chat and play at the same time. No, I think the problem I have with a lot of games, I think it just depends on the game. I kind of mentioned it a little bit the other day, but I like the idea of speedrunning, but I don't like. I think part of the fun part is finding your own route, which is why I don't think I've ever really spent much time speedrunning games, because what I usually will do is look up a speedrun of it and then try to mimic that, instead of trying to find my own way of speedrunning the game. Shorter games like this, where each level is not very long and you have plenty of time, and you just have to do each level as fast as possible, I think are quite nice to give you that, to give you the freedom to find your own route. Oh, I've mentioned it several times, but it's possible. I've mentioned it several times that I kind of at one point wanted to do Super Mario 64 speedruns, but I don't enjoy Mario 64 enough to actually want to play it. if I actually, because my friend was like, oh yeah, if you speedrun Mario 64, then you know, because I was mentioning, because he likes to play it and run it as fast as he can, and he was like, oh yeah, well you just play the game and try and play it as fast as possible. But the problem I have with that is that I don't really like playing the game. No, I did it wrong. Is bunny hopping worth it after a dive? I don't actually know if diving out of jumping out of a dive is faster. It feels like it, but I also don't know. I just like doing it because it kind of makes it look. It feels like I'm doing a trick when I'm probably not. No, I've made terrible mistakes. Guys, I come before you today after making several horrible lapses in judgment. My behaviour over these past few weeks has been unacceptable, but the people I have hurt, immense. Innumerable, even. The damage I have caused will be wrote about in history books, but there is nothing I can do to make up for that. But I'm truly sorry nonetheless. Stop pretending and give us the text. No, they're mine. You can't have them. I worked hard on this. They're my text. Get your own. This isn't the nice and cuddly world of speedrunning. This is the bread world of speedrunning. I don't share my techniques with other people. I want to be at the top and you can't be. There's not that many of those. People are always like, oh yeah, join the speedrunning community. They're so nice. Everyone wants to share tips. I don't really hear about people being like that. It's considered bad manners in the speedrunning community to keep all your tips to yourself. I say that we start having like speedrunning on the levels of like sports tech, like technology within sports. And we're going to have corporate espionage as people go around trying to... I've caused quite a problem here. We have corporate espionage as people go around trying to steal techniques on how to run Bombun quicker. Ow. Oops. I like it? Yeah, very. So this time I got here with like several seconds still left on this power up. That's like the fastest I've done that bit of the beginning there. New strategy unlocked? What is that? How did that hit me? Wait, where did all my health go? I thought I had plenty. What? I thought I was playing well. Speed with the ring boost, you could be faster. Just starting to dive seems to get your speed to a certain. I'm doing it. I'm going to start to dive. I started reading that, but I kind of didn't fully understand it. But it definitely, don't get me wrong, I do think it's, I think that I've noticed that there is a speed difference. Diving does something to speed, but what it is, I could not tell you completely. No! Why do I flip the switch? Because it turns the burners off. It's not entirely necessary for me to turn the burners off. I could probably time it if I was good enough to just not get hit by them. But also, hitting that switch to turn the burners off doesn't, if I execute it properly, doesn't actually lose me that. I don't think it loses me any time, really. I did the jump wrong. Penis. It does turn the platforms on. It does both. It turns the platforms on and it turns the fire off. Oops, the daisy. Number instead of okay. I understand. I can't I don't have the words to express how I understand, just know that I do, in my head. You know, whenever you're taught like how to answer a question, you're taught to like reuse the oops. I did it wrong. You know what? I've buggered it up. Let's see if it's possible to just do that. It like is kind of. You meant to like use the you meant to like demonstrate your knowledge of your understanding by, you know, actually explaining it, but you know what you meant, and so that's all that matters to me. But for the most part, even if it isn't worth diving, I just like doing it. It probably gets me, like, it probably loses me time here and there, and loses me runs when I dive too far, but it makes it look like you're doing better than you actually are. Sometimes. Oops. No! I feel like the difficulty in the final levels have definitely jumped up quite a lot. So like here. Like, I was able to do quite a few. I was able to do quite a few of the early ones relatively easily. See? Sometimes. It's one of those games, it's like how when I played Sekiro or Lies of P or whatever. Sometimes I just pop off. Sometimes I'm playing terribly, and other times you see just something amazing. I'll play Sekiro again. Would it be wrong for me to play Sekiro on stream again? Not like change anything about it, just like play it again. No. Yeah. My ability to play the game changes depending on if you're looking at me or not. I'm definitely being more, like unnecessarily precise, I think, with some of these. As we figured out that I don't actually need to, I don't actually need to be incredibly accurate when it comes to like beating the game's timer. There you go. Thank you. Kind of want to go back to one of the earlier levels just to find out if I do actually still know how to play the game. Same as Lies of P. I want to play Lies of P again, but I also don't. I don't know. I just like those games. The games are so fun. I'm just gonna just take the damage. It's fine. I don't want to play. I also always want to go back and play Elden Ring again. What do you mean you're glad Lies of P is over? Why? Why go against it? I was an expert at that game. I actually owned. You're just jealous that I was amazing. I only looked miserable while doing it because I was. But I played that game well. I beat it. It was annoying that my game corrupted and I lost my save file and I had to play the entire thing again. I like the game and I want to play it, but when I don't want to play it, I don't want to play it. I didn't want to have to play the entire game again. No. That was my least favorite part. Ugh, I'm terrible at this. I need to calm down. Stop leaning forward. Sit in your chair like a big boy. Calm down and enjoy the game. I think I tried to play Stalker once. Not on stream, just by myself. Why am I like this? What am I doing wrong? You know what, I want to try a different level. I want to try that one. I'm gonna get saltier and saltier if I don't. Let's try a different level. I think would I like Stalker? I don't. Oh, excuse me. I can't remember. I can't remember why. I think I played it for a little bit. I know that I didn't. No. I know that I didn't. I didn't get very far into it before I got bored, and I think I refunded it. Hi, Spheric. Why is there a tower above my head? Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? No! Can I, like... Yeah, I can. I don't like that sticky upgrade. I don't like it. The bubblegum one. It's not my favourite. I like the levels that allow me to show off and take part in just like pure movement. It's how many hours I've got left to live. The government is counting me down. I wonder if I could use a little floaty thing to get to that other thing. No! What time is... Oh, it's just... I've still got plenty of time to live. Alright. When that hits 0, Maya is going to take a fork out and jab me in the eye. Yeah. What would I do if I had 1 hour and 4 minutes to live? I'd probably stream Bombun. The problem is, if you spend all that time gooning, people will think that you died of cum, and I don't think that's a... I don't want that. Ah. I could definitely make that. Oh. It's probably possible to not do what I just did here. And do it like good and well. Not whatever this is. No. Okay. I mean, it would be a bit of a cool Wikipedia entry or wiki entry. I'm not getting a Wikipedia page. I might get a wiki page one day, but I'm not going to get a Wikipedia. Damn it! I don't think I was in time with that one. I didn't look at what part time was. It's 2 minutes 15, so yeah, I possibly could have been. Very barely. Oh! Form autoerotic association with your funny necktie. I could do that. I don't own a funny necktie, but... in my final hour and 4 minutes to live, I could go and buy a necktie to strangle myself with. I will say the depth perception in this game can be a little bit annoying to know whether or not you're going to hit a bomb's explosion radius. I don't really know why it would matter if I could get to the top of there. Has anyone made one of those hentai t-shirts but as an entire suit? And if I get like really big and famous and end up on like the on the streaming awards or whatever, do you think they'd let me wear one of those? I think I mentioned once that I bought one of those from my friend, one of those t-shirts, and he used to wear it to the dinner table. Move the camera out a little bit, might make it a bit easier for me to see what I'm doing. Have you ever been to the it's like the creepypasta or villains wiki? There is some like not very good villains out there. I understand that like a lot of the villain. Oh, I can do that. I just have to get better at the game. No. You couldn't handle the aura loss. No, but surely I think it depends on the amount of confidence you have in it. Like, it's only is it really a loss of aura if you know can pull it off? Like if you dominate the scene with it. I think you know, if you're like full on that looks maxing grind, you know, got that sharp ass jaw. I think if you could put, I think if you're like, you know, sharp jaw, doing fucking kegels or whatever they do, I don't know what looks maxers do. You know, you've got that. What are those weird things that they're injecting into themselves? I don't know. Can't remember what it's called. You know, you got that. I think that you could like pull it off. Synth. I don't know what synthol is. I'm just gonna assume it's crocodile. You know, I think that's. I don't think my friend wears that anymore. Probably doesn't fit him. Probably don't fit him anymore. All due respect to him, I think it might be a bit too small for him now. Injections that look like muscles if you squint while drunk. Ah, it's the saline. Just injecting saline. No. Just subscribed with Prime. Thank you. Didn't you sub like 2 days ago? What? Where are you getting all these subs from? I forgot that was my, I forgot that's the thing that plays when someone subs. You went to, but you couldn't. Then who? Huh. Well, it don't matter. Thank you nonetheless. Congratulations on your successful fishing trip. I was gonna say, wait, yeah, that was you. I was gonna say when you posted the picture into Discord, because I chose not to, but initially the when I saw it, I was like, that's an impressive looking fish. My first response was to go, you know, how do I know that's not you don't just have like really small feet or whatever. How do I know? How do I know you haven't just caught like yeah, you know what I mean. Fuck it. Anyway, however, then the more I began to look at the picture, the more the fish looked like a card, like a paper printout. The more, like, if you look at its tail, if you look at the tail fin, the way it's lit, and just because of how thin they are, it just began to look like you just printed out a picture of a fish. Fish on a week. Yeah, it was, you know. it would have had to have been very specific, but just the more I looked at it, the more I was like, this looks like a fake fish. Can I? You know what? I wonder if it's possible to get there in time with God, that has to be doable. Am I insane? And this debunk. That is my new channel that I'm creating. Where I keep dying. I keep failing there. It's my new channel where I debunk phishing images. Specifically phishing images, nothing else. I go online and I look up pictures of people who have caught fish. And I'm like, yep, no, that's photoshopped in. No. No. It's a good idea. I mean, it might be a good idea for a video. Honestly, they're all gone out of the light video. They shouldn't be gone out of your light videos. I just I've gotten rid of most of them. I haven't deleted them. I've just unlisted them. I can bring most of them back if I want to. I just didn't like most of them. So when am I doing the Cog Island stream? I can't say. I'm under an NDA. I'm under an NDA. Go away! The springs are attacking me. I'm under an NDA. I can't say when the Cog Island stream is. There's a lot of them. I don't know, it's just because like most of them are like War Thunder videos, and I don't play War Thunder anymore. And a lot of the videos, and I still feel it. Most of the videos I just don't like them. I don't want to delete them because I want to have them just in case for whatever reason. Which is why I've unlisted them and not deleted them. So either if someone wants if one of you like have a specific video that you want, I am still able to find it and send it. But they just kind of, I don't know. A lot of the War Thunder videos are like the best edited videos that I did. I don't know actually if any of them have a foot in it. It's not possible to do that. I mean, it might be, but it's not possible for me to do that. I need to not double jump into some of those. Because if I double jump into it, then I can't double jump out of it. I think if I know what I mean. I can't think of what I wanted to say. No! Screw it. I'm just tanking and go through. I mean, I beat the time. I'm 16 seconds under, so that's not too bad. My the War Thunder videos were like There was one where I was in the shower. There wasn't the videos, but like a little bit more edgy than anything else, because it was back then when I was still you know, feeling it. There was still a bit of edge to them. No. Feeling it's the wrong way. I don't really know how to describe it. I mean, you can edge to them if you want. I can't stop you from doing that. I can say don't, but I can't stop you. Yeah. Maya, I still made it to the end though, so that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how much health I had. I still managed it. Yep. Okay. I thought I was hoping that a platform would appear. I was wrong. I liked, actually, I don't have anything to say there. Okay. You know, I feel like I may have seen that at some point. Just wondering if there's anything over there. There's not. Oh, so close. I don't know how much time going up there would save, but I like the idea of doing it for the sake of going up there. Let's go away, laser! Okay. Is there anything down that little corridor? I could find out, but I'm not going to. Okay. No. Why am I like this? Yeah. Oh! Right. Right. No, it's so... If you do that wrong, doing those jumps, trying to get the ice block underneath you, if you do that slightly wrong, it's so annoying. It's not gonna work. You're not going to scare me with it. I saw it. My ability to talk has dissipated. Thank you. I mean, you could skip some of it. It definitely skips some time, but... Hi, zombie. It's going okay. That's about all I can say. Are you doing okay? I've become bad at this game. I think regardless of whether or not, by the way, I'm not going to get all of the things done today. I was trying to, but I don't think I am. I don't know if I'm going to have another stream of this. I'm not sure. Depends on how I feel, I guess. Penis. How made it illegal for you illegal to wear clothes of another sex? Does that mean like surely that means that you could just create a skirt and call it a man skirt, and that doesn't surely that just negates the whole thing. You could just say like, oh no, this isn't a skirt, it's a stylized kilt. Like that's the thing. Like, oh, these aren't trousers. These are actually, this is actually a sewn up pair, like a sewn up dress. Like, what? You could. It's just semantics. Just fucking call it. Like, what the fuck's going on, Ohio? No wonder you're the fucking the England of America. Damn it. It's all because of Skibbity Riz coming out of Ohio, that's it. The worst thing that ever happened. Americans are the England of Europe. What does that even mean? I don't think it's wrong, but it's also what? That's true, Silver. You can wear whatever you want underneath. Well, I bet there's something in there where they're like, oh, well, actually, it's you can't wear lingerie, and also we're gonna have penis inspections in schools. You're just gonna have to trust us that we're not nonsense, but we do want to know what your child is wearing to school. If I get the ice block down, I can do that. I just struggle. I've not been doing it. It's mandatory penis inspection day. Literally 1984. Like airports. They probably already do it like airport. I mean, schools in America already have like metal detectors and shit to try and get in so people don't bring nail bombs and shit into the school. Because that's just a frequent occurrence. There we go. Just remember that sign being put up all around your school is a last year joke. I've seen an image online of that where someone's someone like I think caused an outcry by putting penis inspection day in their school. But not these. I don't want to use the bubblegum thing. I don't like it. It's not good to power up. Debs, I want you to do a hot update and get rid of the bubblegum update. Sorry, power up. Don't change the rest of the game. Players will figure it out. Just get rid of the update. Get rid of the bubblegum. Don't like it. I said it's bad, therefore I'm right. It's me after all, Endless Bread. Professional opinion, however. No! I'm a streamer. You have to listen to me. I'm just kidding, devs. Please don't do that. I would eat a bag of cement if you did that. No! Shit. Okay. Professional opinion, however, is just what a streamer is. What am I doing wrong there, other than everything? That's just what streamers do. They have opinions on things and they get paid. That's a professional opinion, however. Oh, excuse me. No. Why am I like this? Riddle my questions, Batman. Oops. Not sweating when I see the inspection poster. Why would I be sweating when seeing a penis inspection? Are you implying I don't have one, or that what? What are you implying? I keep my my penis ready for inspection. Get up! I keep mine ready for inspection at all times, all hours of the day. Any moment, someone could come in and say penis inspection, which does happen frequently in the UK, and I would be prepared. You have to be prepared to have it inspected at any given moment, because just in case you don't have a license for it, they will come round and take it away. Sorry, I've got a small PP until proven otherwise. I don't need to prove that I've got a small PP. I just do. Testicles. There isn't currently a 1 HP mode as far as I'm aware. Oh wait, I think I'm kind of making this bit here a little bit too. I'm definitely doing something wrong there, and I don't know what. It's possible that they could add more stuff to the game. It's not in early access, so it's at least they're not gonna. There's no sort of like there's no promise of of new content. I'm just gonna fucking tank it, beer eat. So like as far as the game is concerned, it is done. Though there's not really anything stopping you from just playing the game and resetting if you take one damage. No! Yeah. Anything hiding behind here? No. Large PP license, they wouldn't give you a small one. I think the UK should start adding just more comical licenses. That's the thing, you know. The meme is that everything requires a license in the UK. I think we should just lean into it. We should just start requiring licenses for random things. But say we already have a TV license, so what I got fucking between a rock and a hard place. But it is just the BBC, isn't it? It is that's all you pay the TV license for is the ability to watch the BBC in it. I'm getting my money. When am I getting royalties? Have you paid your telly license? Don't suppose you have. Why is Brock my favourite Pokemon character? What? Because he turns his trusty frying pan into a drying pan. That's why. That's probably a much better way of doing that jump. And he has delicious jelly-filled donuts. Those famous Japanese jelly-filled donuts. Ah! It's any live TV now. Do you have to watch? Oh, do you have to watch? Do you need a telly license to watch me? I should refer to getting a subscriber as you paying your bread license. But what if you watched me on your TV? Then I am technically on a television. Oh, it's this again. This is like, this is the greatest hits level of annoying gimmicks. A cable behind my monitor just moved and I'm scared. I don't know what it was, but it moved. No! Yes. Look at this. Saved. I mean, the run's dead, but that moment there was saved. You told yourself to do a little bug and move my cable. Oh, okay, thank you. At least I know it's you. Does anyone, like, is this just like a UK thing? Does any other house, like, around the time that spring happens, your house gets full of these tiny little, like, yellow beetles? And I am talking, like, tiny. They're tiny and they're like little ladybirds, but they're not because everyone likes ladybirds. And no one likes these tiny little yellow beetles. Mostly because it's like, what? They just appear. There'll be one around. Hold on. They're here. The moment that it gets slightly warmer, they just start appearing. That's a lady. Oh, piss! Oh my Austin Powers got crushed. My monk fell over as well. My hubris. Oh, Ariel fell over as well. Come on, stick that in your hand. Good. Sorry, I knocked stuff over. Hold on. No, I'm not delusional. I know they exist. I'm going to find one. Hold on. Every time you find one, they're always dead as well. You like never find one that's alive. They're always dead. They don't look as much like. I'm not going to be able to show it you now that I think about it. It's really small. Don't take that out of context. I don't think the camera's going to focus on it. I don't think it can. Camera! Focus on it. Look. I know you can. I know you can focus that close. Stop it. You can see it though. I'm not insane. It's real. You could at least... I'm not delusional. There is a small insect on my hand. There is a small beetle here. Maybe I could take a picture of it and then put the picture of it up to this thing. Focus! The rendered cameras get so shit. Okay, put it, sit there on my desk. It's not a crumb of bread. There. That. Does anyone else's house fill with those when the moment it starts getting slightly warmer? They're everywhere. I mean, I say everywhere. You get like one or two of them in a room. What do you mean definitely not? That's a lie. There's loads of them. There's an actual dead ladybird on the windowsill here. Got this beetle on the bin. They show up and they just kind of sit on like the window. There's a child. Is that guy? No. I thought there was a child. There was a child playing outside, and I thought he was. I thought he was wearing a an Overwatch t-shirt. Oh yeah, yes, you use fucking Agent Orange on them. They're like they as far as I'm aware, they're harmless. But they just appear, and they're everywhere. I thought it was a government spy. No, the fucking... When I was like... I used to be a small child, yeah. I know it's hard to believe. But, like... I used to be a small child. And I used to play outside. But for a long time now, everyone who was a child that lived on my street had turned into an adult. And so you know, we didn't play outside. And so the street was like nice and calm, and there was like nothing going on outside, and it was just like quiet, and you could open your window and not hear children screaming as loud as they possibly can. But now we've got new neighbors, and they've all got kids, and they all now that it's started to get warm, they all go outside and play. And it's like, I suppose it's nice to see like the traditions of people playing on our street continuing, but it's also like annoying because I want to open my window and not have to hear the sound of children. Where am I going? These kids do. They the whole street is like littered in Nerf darts because they keep shooting at each other with little Nerf guns. And then like the neighbors' kids were like screaming as loud as possible. It may have been a birthday party or something. When I was on my, I think it's like my second or third driving lesson, I previously mentioned to him, to my instructor, that I was pretty nervous. But on my, I think that's my third lesson, we were driving around built up area, like a suburb, and on the road in front of us, like coming towards us, like round a bend, was this like really young kid on on a little scooter, like a little push scooter thing, and like she came around the corner as if she had been driving on the road for 47 years. Like she was more, as my driving instructor said to me, which is possibly both insulting and incredibly true. He was like, that girl is more confident than you. Because she came around the corner and like she did the whole thing. You know when you lift up your fucking hand to be like, oh yeah, sorry bro, or like, you know, thank you. She did that to me. She was like, she ran around the corner, saw me, and she went, oh. She's like, you're 6 years old. You're more confident on the road than I am. And my instructor was like, why is there just kids walking around here? Why is she just playing on the road? And I was like, it's just what UK is like, really, in some places. I got mugged by a 6-year-old. I did. And my instructor caught onto it. Never gonna live that down. Yeah, never gonna live that down. What speed did I hit at? 46 miles an hour. You can't just mock me and get away with it like that. I feel like the point system for your license shouldn't be called points. Simply because that makes it sound like something you want to aim for. Like, if I'm going to get points, I want as many points as possible. Your points encourages pay to win. Yeah, yeah. You and your dad used to have a point system for if you almost hit someone. Did I do that in time? 10, teenagers 50, elderly 20. Elderly with mobility skills were 50. That was good enough, I think. This is final boss. I've already beaten the boss. I've already done the... I've already done got the medal for it. That means that the only one I haven't got is this one. This one's just causing me problems. What's the badge time for it? It's 2 minutes 10. It can't be that hard to do this one. But it apparently is. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. The touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man I think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. Penis. I'm a rocket man. Da, da, da. Oh, do you wanna know something that happened the other day? Because I've discovered that I hate computers. I hate computers. I hate PCs. They're annoying. The other day, yeah, minding my own business, doing absolutely nothing out of the ordinary, playing games. Well, actually, no, I wasn't. I was just on the internet, you know, browsing YouTube, doing internet things. Yeah. When I was like, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play a game. I'm gonna play some. You know, it's time for some epic gameage. You know, I want to play. I'm gonna play a game. So I load up a game. Not gonna say what game it is. Don't want to. But I loaded it up, and shortly after, I heard a noise that sounded wrong. Just a noise that I've never heard. I've never heard a computer made this noise before. And so my fans are out occasionally. So I was like, oh, is it finally time for me? Is the fan broken? Do I need to? Is it finally fucking gone? But I took my headphones off, and the sound didn't seem to be coming from the fans. I wasn't too sure where it was coming from. So I took the side panel off. I took the side panel off, and I couldn't quite get an idea as to where the sound was coming from. I still could. I was getting a feeling, but I was like, I don't know. So I lightly pressed on all the case fans just to see if the rattling would subside or whatever, and no, it didn't. It's not a rattling sound. The sound it was making was more of a I don't know. I can't fully remember the sound, but it was close to that. And so I was like, okay, it's not the case fans. And the sound isn't coming from the case fans. I was a little bit concerned that it could be the GPU fan. Wasn't that? Like I could tell. I could just tell. I could hear that it wasn't. And the only thing that I could, the only place that the sound could potentially have been coming from was the PSU. The power supply was just making this random noise that kind of did sound like an electrical sound, but also like a fan, like a fan doing fan things. And so I'm like a little bit panicky because like I don't want to have to replace the power supply. I haven't got any money. I haven't got the money to replace the power supply. I haven't got money to replace much on my computer. So I didn't want anything to break. And so when something goes wrong with the computer, you always have that little bit inside your head. You have the little IT technician in the back of your head saying, have you tried turning it off and on again? That's what you have. all the time. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, before I get too panicky, let's just try turning it off and on again. And I did, and the sound was gone. I don't know what it was. The sound disappeared. When I woke my computer up in the morning after, it made that sound for a brief second. And then it hasn't made the sound again since. And I don't know why it did that. And that's why I hate it. That's why, because my computer seemingly just has something wrong with it. And now it just doesn't. Now it's gone. It was the same with like when I had the PC crashing issue, in which it's just stopped doing that now. The PC just stopped. The PC just stopped crashing. It started crashing one day, and then it stopped crashing another day. And I don't really know. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. But sometimes the PC will crash. Sometimes the PC just does something, and it just then never does it again. And yeah. Do I clean it occasionally? Absolutely not. The only people that clean their PC are the people that like make Instagram reels about how they have this like amazing setup. Or like the people that do like tech reviews, or like, well, those sorts of YouTube channels. Those are the only people, because they have the PC in the background and they brag about it. And they're like, look how good my computer is. So they clean it every 45 minutes. I'm a regular PC user. We don't clean our PCs and then we complain when they stop working. That's how this is done. So I did, while it was turned on, when I turned it off, when I turned it off and on again, I did, I unplugged it and then let it drain of power basically, and then while it was unplugged, I did remove some of the dust from the air intake fan that's from the air intake fan that is underneath the PC, because there was quite a bit. What am I doing? Did I do it in time? I think I did it in time. Yeah, I did. I got it. Because I got an achievement for it. There we go. I did get all badges. I did it. I finished Bombun. Apart from, well, I didn't get all the collectibles, but I can't find them. So I did get all of the... Oh, that was what it was. I want that. There we go. Oh, my sexy little rabbit. That's what I get for completing the game. Though I didn't get this, which I am assuming is JoJo. That's my my reward for beating the game. I have the bikini rabbit. Listen, I'm just gonna take your word for it that I said that, because I blanked out when I saw a sexy rabbit. I think I found two. I think I found two hidden rabbits. I don't know how many there are. Like, I don't know if it's something that is in each level, or if there's only a few scattered throughout the game. Is there a Big Chungus secret? There better be. In the year of our Lord 2026, I want Big Chungus. That has to be possible. I don't think it's necessary, but that has to be possible. Look at that. I beat my high score on that again. It's the bikini. It makes me go faster. For 1 million subscribers on Twitch, I will dress up as this bikini rabbit. I don't know what I'm doing now. I was 1 million. 1 million Twitch subs. No, it has to be 1 million. Sorry. I'm very picky. You think that that this, you know, I need to get, you know, I need to get my body in shape. I need to get my beach bod before I do it, and it's going to take me a long time to do that. No. I like that this one I on one of my attempts. I think I beat my high score on this one, even though I had to like redo a huge chunk of it. Which really makes me wonder, like, how slow I was on my initial, like, fast attempts. Once again, even though I went really slow in one moment, I beat my high score again. How slow was I the first time I played these? How have I changed my abilities so much? I think it's the bikini, it's faster, it's less weight. Yes. Almost like playing more makes me better. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't feel like I'm better at the game than when I first played. And if I don't feel it, am I really? I don't believe you. You haven't answered the question. I'm just assuming you will at some point. No! What's the science team? I think it's also, I think it is that I have gotten better from playing it, and also with the end levels being so much more difficult than the earlier levels. You come back to this and you're like, oh wow, these early levels, because these early levels are a lot more, going fast is a lot more about having like better movement. Like in the later levels it's the same, but there are also you have to worry about the different power-ups and things, whereas in these early levels it's all movement. Which is my personal favorite part, like way of playing, is the movement bit. The power-ups are a little bit annoying. I want to try. I want to know if that bit there is doable. If it's possible to just skip going down into the hole. Because it... No, I didn't want to do that. Ugh, that's exactly what we didn't want to happen. Because I want to see if... I don't have much time to set it up. That's part of the problem. Because as soon as, like, if a bomb goes off, then all those crates get destroyed. Or if one of the enemies detonates. What do you mean? I don't care. I'm trying it again now that I've finished it. I have experimentation. I don't think it's possible, but it just... I'm not ready to believe just yet, okay? Right now I'm ready to believe it's not possible. I just wanted to try something that I can't remember trying. Because... You know, if it was possible, you would have looked like a great big baboon, wouldn't have you? And I would have looked like the mighty and strong orangutan. The smart, mighty, stoic orangutan. The king of the swingers. The jungle VIP. I've never seen Jungle Book. My only complaint about this game, my only real complaint about this game is that when you unlock the bikini skin, it doesn't change the bombs to be beach balls. That's my only complaint. Oops. My other complaint is that the game let me do that. But now you can make a meme with you as the soy jack and me as... You know what I meant. I can't read. I read it. www.ireadit.com. No. Oh, I'm the king of the swing. Jungle VIP. I wonder if there's a point at which the game says you've spent too long on a level. Because that number... Oh no, that number doesn't... I don't know why. I really am a bit of a knucklehead. Because, like... I saw that. That's doable. I take it back. It's doable. Fuck off. That's doable. I take it back. I am the jungle VIP. I am the king of the swingers. Monkey on the car. I don't want to prove it. Just like I don't have to prove to you that I can read and write. Otherwise the meme is canon. Yeah, and if I can do it, then I prove that I am, in fact, the Jungle VIP. It's doable, and you can't take it away from me. Do you want me to say it as the girl, or do you want me to say it as myself? Because I know which one you're talking about. Both. This Calypso is fucking minging. Suck your dad. And this Calypso is fucking minging. Suck your dad. This Calypso. Wait, yeah, no, yeah. This Calypso is fucking minging. I've just had the Paradise Punch Lemonade. Wait, yeah, it is that. I've got into gamer pose. Everybody gangster till the gamer pull out the gamer pose. I've just had the Paradise Punch Lemonade Calypso. It is fucking minging. Look your dad. I don't know why. I'm not even trying to do it fast. I just want to. I want to see. I'm pretty certain. It feels doable. I don't think you can if you do it off an explode. I don't think you've got the distance. I think you need that tiny little bit of extra distance that the look, yeah, you need that tiny bit of distance that the thing gives you. No! Oh, damn it. Says ending soon, my door about to get kicked any second. I know Maya's gonna come in and kick my teeth in. Look! It is possible. I did it. I'm the jungle VIP. I am the big bad gorilla orangutan. I did it. I proved it. You are the soy wojek. I am the big orangutan. I did it. I proved it was possible. I am. There was the gamer pose. It did. The gamer pose is what did it. I'm out of time. I'm not going to be able to do it in time, but that saves. Oh no! I blew up the thing. I hit the switch. I hit it. Now you can use that in your own runs. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off to get my PB even lower, but not with moves like that. Ah, it's so close. It's such a tight jump. Make it to the video of that one. Honestly, finding out that jump there is doable felt better than any of the badge times that I managed to pull off. That one jump, it superseded everything else that I've done this game. No. Would have been a good one had I not been off to the side slightly. I wonder if maybe if I moved like positioned the camera in a better place, it'd be more like easier. No. No, I had no speed built there. No. There's probably... Actually, you know what? I can probably... it's probably quite somewhat easy for me to just find a setup for it. The time save of actually pulling it off is significantly greater. Is significant enough that I could set it up instead of because if I want to end up on there, no. Nope. That might be doable. Like... I think the setup is it's like 3 squares along. Hello. I am probably gonna finish the stream soon. Because actually no, I want to keep trying the thing. But welcome nonetheless. Oops. I don't think I'm going to throw my hat in the ring as a speedrunner of this game. Oops. No. Wait, what was I even doing there? What do you mean, why? Because I like going fast, but I don't know if I'm going to go fast enough. I don't know if I want to end up like how speedrunners end up just looking miserable. Buffer a jump from a drive, you can keep Speed when I jump. What do you mean I'm literally paving the way? I don't think that's true. So if I... Okay, I don't know why I restarted there. I could have just continued on my way and tried it. So if I dive onto the railing, then I can get extra distance. The way I move the sexy rabbit is unmatched. But I don't think that's true. Just get rid of all that. Penis. That I will say that the timer that was on stream the whole time was the timer to me potentially finishing the stream. At the very beginning of the stream, Maya said that I need to stream more, but for less. And so he held a knife up to my throat and said, if I don't add a timer to the stream, he will gut me. Oops. For the most part, like I've noticed that there is a difference with the jumping and diving. But I wasn't necessarily utilizing it specifically. I was just doing it all the time because it was fun. I need to end it now, but I'm trying this. Yeah, I did it that time. Though I can't actually remember what square it was that I jumped on. Oh, I forgot you could do that. The one thing I haven't used. No. No! I wanted to fall because... Oh no, I'd have died. Never mind. Yeah, I think that is how I would how to do it with the buffering a jump. Yeah, we didn't move so right down. Oh, I've got quite a bit of leeway actually. I can do that, and then I can also I can still slow myself down and get the bonus jump. Get the better jump. I bet there's quite a few jumps in the game that I've looked at and said that would be there's probably a few jumps that I've tried to do in the past that I've been like, it's like almost doable, but not quite. Where if I was to time the dive, I could do it. Excuse me. But we did it as a team. As a team, we did it with you lot. Not... You didn't... Well, no, what you did was not believe in me. You didn't believe in me, and that gave me the resolve to not stop. Had you believed in me from the beginning, I would have gotten, my hubris would have gotten the better of me, and I wouldn't have continued. Because I would have been like, yeah, no, of course I could do it, but I don't want to, but you know that I could. Alright, I'm not going to continue doing that. I am going to just keep throwing myself at that. I am going to end the stream there. I achieved the goal that I wanted to. And I managed to get time on all of them. I managed to get the part-time. What am I doing next stream? Don't know. What did I yeah, I could definitely get that much down to 120, around in the 20s. But I'm not. It's whatever. I'm not too concerned with going any lower. I've had a lot of fun with this game. I've had my fun. I'm not going to set up Mario 64. It's not my. I don't really like it. But yes, that's it. I'm going. Thank you. Kekitopu for your help, your insight. But yeah, I will be back to do something next stream. Whatever that is, I'm not sure. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Take care, and bye-bye.